Everybody is got a good start going today. Yeah, on this weekend. Hope everybody's doing well. Give me a thumbs up in there if the audio and everything's okay. Hopefully we can get through this stream without having any issues technically, because guys, it's all over the internet right now. Things are yeah, I mean, things are like glitching out everywhere. And I thought it was me yesterday, and it really wasn't. The bandwidth across our whole country was getting all jacked up. I was over at Mark Pyre's channel. The guy I was referred you guys to. By the way, thank you guys for all going over there and checking him out. If anybody hasn't, please go check him out. A couple days ago, he was like 890 subs. We'll pop over there here in a minute and see where he's at now. But it's such a positive thing over there, guys. I mean, I enjoyed it so much that, I like I said, anything that can put a smile on our face right now is worth it. And, and I know a lot of you guys popped over there yesterday, and you guys became very, very active in the chat. And that's, it was so active that he was actually, what he does is he makes up songs sometimes. And he'll use the chat. He'll use the words everybody's typing in the chat. So it's pretty cool. And not only that, he does a lot of celebrity impersonations, a lot of voiceover stuff, and, great music. And just such a positive attitude. And that's exactly what we need. With all of this stuff right here, guys, I've said this a bunch, that it's really hard to put this information out with any kind of positivity. So anywhere we can find that, we have to grab a hold of that. And, I think it keeps us grounded. So, I think I did figure out how to keep the chat up there, so I won't have to worry about that anymore. I don't know why I didn't figure it out before. Guys, I haven't never, ever have messed with OBS. So, I kind of did this all on my own and was just trying to, figure things out. So hopefully it will, get a little bit better, a little bit more smooth as we are, keeping going with this stuff. So, let me pull the chat back up here. If that chat gets in the way or whatever, guys, I will try to move it and keep it out of the screen here if I'm trying to show you guys something. But I do want to be able to communicate. I think it really helps. And again, guys, anybody wants to be a moderator or whatever, just let me know. I may hook you up with that. I'll do it after the stream, but just drop me a comment. Say, hey, I want to be a moderator. That way I can go to your channel and hook you up that way. Because I would like to have a couple more, because I do streams bunches of different times throughout the day, and it's hard to get the same people there all the time, because obviously people got to sleep and work and all that. So that is So guys, we're going to go ahead and go over this real quick with the space weather. There is some stuff going on I really want to show you guys. But we're going to go back to the weather thing with the that beam that Dutch had caught. And, that's my daughter in there, guys. Say hi to her. Golden Gook, that's her. She's a BTS freak. Anyway. But, yeah. Anyway, she kind of threw me through a loop there. But I didn't expect her to chime in there so quick. We will go over this, but the satellite stuff, guys, I was able to catch another beam. And I was comparing it to the area of where it was shooting it at, because it wasn't in that same wildfire area. I actually found it. It was over the Pacific Ocean. And I do believe it was a beam, because there was nothing going on in that area, and then all of a sudden the heat started building, and you seen the clouds start popping up. So I don't know if it was some sort of weather manipulation, or if it was what was going on there. But and again, when we get over there, I'll show you guys. So we're just gonna get into it here, okay? If anybody has any questions or anything like that, just let me know. Avery, if you can hear me, just pop out there and say, hey, there's a question. Or just tag me, guys. I'll see mine come up in in the highlighted stuff. So Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started here. Now, the Schumann, guys, again, there's really not a whole lot going on that's out of the ordinary right now with this thing, with what we would consider our new norm. But we're still going to report on this because it most definitely does point to a lot of things, okay? And we're still seeing these spikes. I mean, it just hasn't stopped. You know, again, 5 years ago, you would not be seeing this. This would not be looking like this at all. It was so much more, I guess, ambient. I don't want to use the word normal because, you know, all these frequencies are normal. It's just the intensity of it, and when they, you know, they pop up together, and then when you get the big intense spikes like this, that's when we, you know, we got to step back and look at it. So that is what we're going to do. I'm trying to find the best place for this chat box. Anyway, I can zoom in here a little bit and give you guys a better view of what we're seeing. So you got this, and just a couple of little spikes, guys. I mean, but what I have noticed is intense spikes that are not lasting very long. And I can't help but just think too that whole, you know, beam thing. I don't want to call it what we all know that it's called, because the algorithm will catch it, and I just don't want to mess with all that. But yeah, they're short-lived. They're like a laser. That's what I will say. And you guys will get what I'm saying there. You see them all? I mean, there's a lot. There's more here right now than what we normally see. Okay, because if anybody's been watching me at all for any length of time, or even multiple other channels, this stuff was all like a nice, even haze. There was none of this short little bang, 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 bang all over the place. Plus, we're getting this. Okay? You know, we got our coded line that showed up. But then we got this straight line right here. So what's causing that, you know? We've talked about that multiple times, but, you know, it is what it is. So, or is somebody trying to, you know, communicate with this, or is it something that, I do think that that's, you know, if that isn't a tool flaw, it most definitely will be something that was intelligently done. Whether it was from particle colliders around the planet, or whatever theory we want to go down, but that would be something that we could look at. So let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and go through the space weather stuff first, because there is stuff going on that I want to talk about. Now, guys, if the red cursor here is too much for you, let me know. I tried to increase it so people could see what I was talking about without having to pull out a draw tool. But yeah. So, anyway, we've got solar X-ray flux, okay? We don't have any sunspots, and this is becoming an issue now, okay? We were really low. There was a cosmic ray alert. Well, we finally got some solar weather, and it kind of broke that alert. All right? So whatever that is, that's good, okay? But you can see how we don't have any sunspots, guys. Look at that. Absolutely no sunspots. And it's been like that now for, oh gosh, I'll tell you what. It's over here at Space Weather. We'll go check this out real quick, because they said 22 days. Okay? So we're looking at 3 weeks now with no sunspots. Now, if we compare last solar cycle to this solar cycle year to date, it was at 69% right now if the year was to end today. If you go back and you compare the same, it would be 71. So it's still an increase in activity. Remember, the lower the percentage there, the more active the sun was. Okay? Because it's showing you the amount of days that didn't have sunspots facing Earth. Okay? So why I got you here, we'll go over this real quick, because this is pretty cool. You know, it says Martian skies over San Francisco, and this is over at spaceweather.com, guys. I always leave a link when I use their stuff. This is, you know, that's what the sky looks like. What's it look like? Looks like Mars, doesn't it? I mean, you know, that is what it is. So I'm going to take a time out here, guys, and just say hi to you. I do want to do that. I want to make sure that, you know, the main reason for me doing live stuff, guys, is to be able to communicate with you guys easier and to, you know, just make it a little bit better. So, hi Cindy, hi Raven, Casual Preparedness. If I butcher your name, please forgive me. Darren Bache, Casual Preparer, said that. Shweta, NR, okay. I'm sorry again. Let's see here. Have you got any images of what the human normally looks like? Yes, I can. Again, let me say this first, okay? Before I, go down that road. There is no normal for the Schumann tool, okay? It's just the difference of when the frequency happens and when it does. If you want to go for a normal, I guess if you could picture this, just take out these big spikes, and you see this line right here? That right there is a 7.83 hertz, and that always has been there. That is our base resonance for the Earth. That's what the Earth, that's its heartbeat, okay? They put that into the space stations. They put that in, underground so people don't go crazy. That's why. It's a scientific fact. When you take that away from a human being, we go nuts. Crime rate goes up, suicide rate goes up, all that. When this thing is, wigging out. And I wouldn't call this wigging out. What causes me to worry a little bit about all this is all that little, all them little shots. Because what that does is essentially it makes it like a roller coaster. You would probably feel very, very bipolar if this is affecting you. Your mood would be up, down, up, down, up, down. And it does. There's been so many studies on that prove that, so I don't even call it a theory. That is the truth. That's what is going on. So, but anyway, so they're even talking about 3 weeks without sunspots here. All right. Now, okay, and this is actually a good way for me to show you that if you read up here, okay, the sun's been blank for 22 days, more than 3 weeks without sunspots. And you go on to talk about solar cycle. We're still in, solar minimum. But then it goes on to say here, until sunspots reappear, solar activity will remain low. Now, I would add something there. Okay, what I would add would be solar activity that is not facing Earth is remaining low right now. And I don't know why. Okay, we've dodged so many bullets the past few weeks with these CMEs, and I do think that that's going to change. It will. It's going to change. It's going to change fairly quickly, and we can only dodge it so many times. Again, it's a matter of if, not when, because it will happen, but we can't ever tell how strong it's going to be. And again, I'm not saying to be fearful of any of this. I say all of this just to make people aware. But, yeah. So as you got this, like I said, guys, up here, and again, what they said here is very much true. That is the marker they use to determine solar activity, which I think, you need to add in to the other stuff that's going on, not just sunspots. If you're going to use sunspots to dictate what solar cycle we're in, that's fine. Okay, you can use it for that, but just to put a blanket statement across that, hey, because there's no sunspots, there's no activity. That's just simply not what it is. Like I said before, we get CMEs, solar flares outside of sunspots, quite often. It's more rare. It doesn't happen as often, and our chances are better with sunspots. But not necessarily, it doesn't necessarily point to exactly how active the sun is. And again, guys, I have to throw in here that, we're theorizing, hey, our objects out there hanging around, that could be what's causing all this. And, we get asked a lot, how come we can't, if it's going in front of us? Well, it's really, the object's really not going in front of us. And I do think that that's why we're seeing the CMEs on the left to right of us most of the time. Because the way that thing is orbiting the sun is actually at you know what? Let me do this. Actually, Scott sent this to me this morning, and I put it in one of my folders, okay? Now, what you're seeing here is just a little quick model he put together, but it's very effective to show people what's going on, okay? And so what you're looking at, let me get this chat box out of the way. Sorry, my OCD kicks in. Oh, goodness. Okay, so what you're looking at, obviously the sun, and this would be our object, right? And this is basically the slanted orbit that we're talking about. Okay? So with that being said, what you would see, that when this thing, orbits the sun, when it would be in front of us, it would actually be up higher. So we wouldn't see it on the tools. It'd be out of the field of view. Same here. And there was a lot of thought, all these leaders and stuff go down to the South Pole. Why? You got to ask yourself, why? And it's so secretive when they go down there. So there's a lot of theories, and I know that's a whole can of worms we're not going to open up right now. But one of those theories is because they could see this stuff better from the South Pole. So, yeah. Excuse me. So as you're seeing this right here, and you're seeing these words, right? Perihelion is what that definition is. That's telling you the location of this object, and perihelion for any object, when you're talking in relation to the sun, is the closest you ever come to that object. That's called being in perihelion. Now, aphelion obviously would be the opposite, right? So the furthest away it ever gets from the sun. But this is basically the slanted elliptical orbit that we're talking about, okay? Now, I'm not sure if there's no way to say that this is the exact orbit slant that we're talking about, but we do know that it's on a highly elliptical orbit like that. It could even be more like this. I don't know. I think this blue line is basically representing the equator of the sun, just to give us a reference point. So yeah, that helps explain that, and I'll probably pull this out quite often because I get a lot of questions on this. I think me and Scott might be trying to actually animate this at some point and see what we can do with that. But to give you a little better explanation. So, okay, so we're going to pull this up because this is the video I showed you guys yesterday, and it is, when somebody says the sun's not active, I beg to differ. Okay, this is in a week. Boom, boom. Just all over the place. Actually, 5 days. Okay, I never even really went back and counted them. It's hard to count all of them sometimes. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so you're looking at least if you put an average on it, it would be more than one a day. Is that just not like what the heck? You know what I mean? I don't know, but I guess we're going to call that not active. It's not active for us, right? It's not because it's not hitting us. And people really have to understand that we need to ask why. Why isn't all this stuff, it's flying off the sun? Why isn't, odds would say that it should be, in my opinion, some of that stuff should have been, hitting us before. Just the odds of it. So, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, hey, Brian. Yeah, so much for grand minimum. I do think we're in a pretty deep minimum, but we're not in no grand minimum. That did not happen. And I think what ended up happening with that was, people at first got a knee-jerk reaction of fear, so they started talking about it a lot, and they didn't really understand what they were saying. And that actually included me, guys. Okay? I have to say, I'll admit that I was wrong on all that. I wasn't wrong very long because I was corrected, right? Me and Scott talked about that, and he's like, hey, it's not a grand solar minimum. It's a solar minimum because that's a natural cycle. Now, they are saying within the next cycle or two, which would be, 11, 22 years, they're saying within the next few cycles, we should dip into that grand solar minimum. And you can go back and look, okay, historically, they can map it out, right, and show you what the ups and downs are. And I've actually done that a little bit, but not to a great extent. Because, guys, frankly, it's not really going to make much difference what that solar cycle is, 500 years ago to us right now. We're seeing stuff that we've never seen before. Okay, even the stuff that's on the historical data, we've never seen it or been able to record it. So some of that stuff it's good to get a time from, but it's also, we can't be fooled to think that we're just going to mimic that. It's just not going to happen all the time. So yeah, and again, guys, there's so many theories on all that. And when I say so many, I mean so many. There's, my gosh, yeah. Oh yeah, but also before I forget, Scott posted an article. Marshall Masters, he used one of Scott's photographs and stuff, and put him in one of his articles the other day. So you guys should go read that. I'll try to find the link for it. Scott sent it to my messenger. I'll try to find the link and put it in the chat or the comment section. So anyway, let's go here first. So again, guys, look, here's the equator, right? And the Earth's basically just to the south of the equator of the sun. We're gonna we're gonna start seeing the increase in solar wind, and it's going to be more of an uptick, and it's going to stay that way for a few, I think. We're just coming out of a really, really strange period of very, very little high velocity solar wind. It was strange to watch. It was in the 200s for, over a day. And that doesn't usually happen, guys. So if we look at the ACE data here, you can see when that was broke. Look, see this right here? See the range? It's 250 to 450. So it's about 275. And as we're going down through here, we're going up, right? And it kind of went up here and it kind of plateaued. Now I want you guys to look at this too, because I want everybody to understand why I use the words that I use. I do that so people can get a better idea or a better understanding of what I'm saying. So when I say popcorn, I'm talking about that stuff. Okay? Why is it popcorn? Well, because the conditions are varying in a short amount of time. In other words, you're getting a high wind, and then within, 5-10 minutes, you're getting another low reading. So that's why stuff's jumping around. And you can see it real clear on the magnetosphere tools because they'll start looking like waves just smacking it. Okay? And some of that smacking's good. It just is. It's like, when I was a kid, I got my butt beat. Made me a better person, didn't it? I don't know if everybody else thinks that way. I never had to spank my kids. I think there's other ways to do it. But again, sorry. That's going off on the sidetrack. So you got this down here with the temperature. But what I want you guys to notice is the data points started coming closer to each other. So that's why you start seeing a more solid line here in this graph. And so that means it became more stable. It wasn't just flying all over the place. But it did come up. Okay, we were in a very, very low period, man. Unlike one I've seen in a few months or even 6 months. When we start getting those low readings, that's when the cosmic rays and stuff pop in, right? So here's the Enlil model, and this is actually a good way to show you guys. Let's just push play. I'm going to pause it. So this is the velocity right here. We're looking from the top down, right? This is a side view, and then all this is a graph. The green line shows you conditions at Earth. And remember, we have to understand what this graph is actually showing us. All this is showing us is the speed of the particles. That is it. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay? It's not density, it's not intensity, it's none of that. All it is what I just said. Right? So, if you guys pay attention right here, look at this. So I'll run it back to the beginning. Look where Earth's at. Do you see this? Now look around the rest of the sun. Doesn't that give you a good picture of what I just got through talking about? We are not in an area here, but the rest of our solar system is. And yes, that's going to rotate through, but by the time some of this energy gets to us, it's going to be a little bit more weaker. All right? Now, you roll this back, we were in a high period just for a few days, though. But these things, when you see the separation there with the green line, that's basically showing you two different CMEs. Now, this is just showing radial velocity, the speed, and this is not showing a CME. That's not what this tool was designed to do. But you can relate it to that because the solar wind does usually pick up with the CME. So when you see two clear little BAMs like that, a lot of times it's either a CME, a solar flare, or there's a coronal hole right there. Okay? But look at the big area we got right here where we're at right now. So if I take this and I start moving it, and this is why I say this model gets new data and it grabs it and it changes this over here. That's why I never look at it past 2 or 3 days. Because right now we're right here in time. Well, let's just put the line there. We're about right, probably about right there. Okay? So within the next, that'd be 24 hours right there. Within in 2 days, around the 14th, we should start seeing an increase in velocity again. And I do trust that. About 2 days out. But way out here, no, I don't, because it's going to get more data, and it's going to keep changing and changing and changing. Could it give us kind of a rough idea? Well, yeah, probably, but nothing that's going to give us any kind of comfort for anything. I think the idea behind this model at first was to get it out there, do this, and then kind of critique it and make it better. But the modeling and the algorithms they're using out this far is just not very accurate. That's all I can say, So as we move forward here, and if you look at the spirograph, you can see how it's rotating in, and bam, it gets us, right? So that's probably either a coronal hole, my opinion, unless there was a CME that, we did have a CME fire off, and that's another thing that's been bugging me. We had these CMEs firing off, and they're not even updating the CME tracker. There's nothing more that makes me mad than that kind of stuff. Matter of fact, I'm going to take you guys over there and let you see it. Let's go over here. Oh, CME tracker. Where did you go, man? Where'd you go? What the heck, man? Did I not? There it is. Okay. Now look when last time it updated up here. Look at the top left where my cursor is. It's the same one I showed you guys yesterday. This thing is not updated since they did anything. There's a CME coming right there. See that? And it does look like we should be taking a blow from that on and around the 13th or 14th. So maybe that's what that Enlil model's showing us. But we had that big one pop off over here. Why isn't that one showing? We had one pop off, another one after this one in this direction. At least that's so far we can tell. We don't have a direct thing here because this is really we get all three axis points here. Okay, that's why they do this. This is a two-dimensional model, but they give you all 3 different axis points to look at, which makes it you can interpret it as 3D, right? They just didn't give you a visual of that. So this is top-down, side view, and this is our orbit stretched out in a straight line. So, yeah, why aren't they updating that? Makes you wonder. Okay, let's get off of that. The Aurora Forecast here, it's always cool to look at. Just bring that up right here. It'll show you how far down the auroras are coming. Okay, it is a pretty good thing to see how intense our solar wind was and how long it lasted. Right now, again, guys, there's not a whole lot going on with that because we're not having any solar weather really. And that's why I'm kind of burning through this one because there's not a whole lot of space weather actually happening outside of what I just got through talking about. And here's a geoelectric field model. This is our, space weather's effects on our electrical grid. Now, guys, we are seeing some action there, okay? It's not huge, but we are starting to see an uptick a little bit, and that's, if we go back to this, you can see it, right? And it's up here and it went up here, just like that. It's kind of staying pretty stable. So there's not really much to say there on that end of it. Let's go back over here. So there's nothing really like smacking us from the sun right now. But that doesn't mean there ain't things going on, because let's go over here to the earthquakes real quick, okay? Because this is a side effect of solar weather. They've already this past few months they've come out with peer-reviewed papers. When we get CMEs, solar flares, all that stuff, solar wind, it comes in through the poles for the most part, and it just adds more energy to us. And eventually we can't hold it, and the Earth has to do something. And unfortunately, some of the times that it is doing something, it's causing these earthquakes. Okay, that's not a good thing most of the time. I'll tell you what, I'm just gonna drop that out of here for a minute. So I'm gonna move this over. We'll back out a little bit, and we do have some 6s popping off, guys. Well, this one just happened. Wonder what that one. See, that's another 5-2. This one over here, that's a 4-5. This one up here in Japan. See if I can't. Well, let's zoom in. I get it. Yep, there it is. The 6-1, right? But there's some down here too. That was a 4-5. That was in Chile. Now we have one way down here. And people think it's weird to have it down there. It's not. Okay, that's actually kind of normal for a lot of the time. Anything around these plate boundaries, basically they're not really fault lines, but they sometimes mirror them. Yeah. Anything around those where the two plates and stuff come together, you're going to see more activity. That's why we don't see big earthquakes like right up here, because that energy will transfer and it'll do what it needs to do on the edges usually. So if we go here and look at the United States, we're seeing stuff popping up in here too. That is kind of a strange area to get some. That could be around Yellowstone up in this area. Remember, a volcanic eruption is basically is seismic activity. Okay, keep that in mind. So if we get volcanoes and stuff, that actually is part of all that I just got through talking about. So this is something that we really need to pay attention to. And most of you guys, I didn't report on this because I didn't need to, because so many other channels did. We had the one over here in New Jersey that actually affected, people in New York felt it, New York City. Right? I guess I could change the date, see if it pops on there. But the other this one here was actually, in my opinion, more strange. There was one over here just off of London. A lot of people felt that one, and there's video out there that you guys can go see if you wanted to really look at it, of shaking it going on over there. That's an odd thing to see. Okay. But we would be naive to think that we're not going to see earthquakes in spots we don't typically see them. Does that mean the end of the world's coming? No. That's what I want to push. Seriously, the end of the world's not coming, guys. At least not tomorrow. At least that's what I hope. In my opinion, okay? And I get it, guys. I know that a lot of the stuff that we talk about here, it most certainly does sound to that extent. And that's why I try not to put it out there in such a way. I want people to that's why I come up with the purple pill thing. Stay grounded just a little bit, It's okay to follow the rabbit down the hole. But if you get down to the bottom of that hole and you figure out that hole looked just like the surface, what do? You don't come back up there and say, hey, this is crazy. It's all, you admit that, hey, we went down that rabbit hole and what we found was actually not that bad. Right? But when we're talking about stuff like this is stuff that we've never ever had to experience before. So at best, what you guys are going to get is theories. I mean, that's just what it is, guys. Okay? There's really no other way to say that. Now, we can show you empirical fact and with observation and stuff, but until we see one of these big, huge events and we're able to historically, record keep it, and unfortunately, that's not going to, benefit our generation. And this is where I go with this, because it's going to affect our kids, and that's why it's more important to me to get this stuff right. Okay. Let's pop over here to the chat real quick, see what you guys got. So, yeah. You guys got any questions real quick before I pop over to the weather part? I want to show you guys this beam thing, guys. I don't think people thought we were going to see any more of it. And I don't even believe I caught it today. It was, I haven't even shown it to anybody yet. I seen it, and I was already working on this show, so I figured I'd just pop on here and just show it to everybody. But yeah. So you guys got any questions real quick here in the chat? If you do, throw them down there. We'll see what we got. I'll hang out here with you for a minute. What's up, Connie? Jackie? Mr. Zay is the boy. Let's see what we got up here. Yeah, it's almost 4 a.m. here, guys. 7:45 p.m. Where you at, Christine? Wow. Hey, what's up, Scott? How you doing, bud? So, yeah. Yeah, rise and shine, people. Rise and, hey, New Zealand. Awesome. Awesome. That's cool. There's a couple places I want to visit before I exit this planet. And New Zealand's actually one of them. I would love to go over there, and I'd like to check out Australia, too. I just think it would be cool. So, yeah. Let me back off of this a little bit here. So we're seeing, we're getting the normal, swarming and stuff, but these other sixes, we just come off a time frame where we had some pretty crazy earthquake stuff going on. So, hey, Joe from Scotland. Awesome. Man. Jules44, how you doing? Yeah, I know, guys, I'm taking time to say hi, but that's the whole point of some of this. New Jersey. Okay. Knowledge 2020. Yeah, I like that name. Colorado. Awesome. Connie, you ever see them digging holes out there for those big tunnel systems they got underneath the cities? Just curious. It's kind of an off-the-wall, yeah. All right. So, let's go over here. Yeah. All right. Now, again, I have to preface this by saying I'm still learning this tool. Now, I did do some research on what was going on with this, okay, and what we're actually looking at. So what I'm going to be showing you here in a minute is, well, I'll just show you this one first. I'm going to grab this sidebar here, and what I want you guys to look at, you see this area right here? Now, remember, we're in the northern hemisphere, okay? The natural rotation of storms is counterclockwise, all right? And I'm going to show you a global view here in a minute, but what I want you guys to see is that the majority of the stuff up here in the northern hemisphere is going that way. But do you see this? It's moving that way. It's actually clockwise. So I'm going to move this down. You see what's going on here? Look at this. Okay? So what's happening? Well, we got all these wildfires out here, and I know Dutch Sense came out with the, the pyro low pressure or fire low pressure, something like that he was calling it. But you can clearly see here, guys, these are the low level winds. All right, and we'll take a look at the higher level winds too here in a second. But I'm going to run this all the way back, and you see this, and now we're going to go forward. you're seeing this one and this system over here. It's all rotating in the right way. So how are we? It's almost like we got a center point about here of another low pressure starting. But it's what's strange is it's actually rotating the wrong direction than what we would typically see. So if you think about this, guys, if this is actually what's happening right here, this area right here would be like you're standing in the middle of skyscrapers in New York and wind starts coming through there and it tunnels through. They talk about this phenomenon with hurricanes sometimes, you know, when it's going through cities on the coast, the winds get stronger in between two buildings. So when these things come together like that, and that's probably why you're seeing some of this stuff here. Now, again, I'm not saying that that's going to turn into some big, huge low pressure right there, but I'm going to show you guys some more imaging here, and it is most definitely kind of strange. So this one here even shows it more. Again, guys, that isn't. You see this right here? Look, this shows it even better. We have a storm system going like this. Why do we have another full-size low pressure right here? Why? Going the wrong way. That movement is wrong. That shouldn't do that. Okay? And now this is over the coast now. I ain't saying that that's never happened, but this is not something we typically see. I think most of us know this. You know, just typical weather 101 would tell you that, you know, low pressures do this in the northern hemisphere. They're counterclockwise. In in the southern hemisphere, they're clockwise. So we got a low pressure system here turning clockwise. All right, so we'll go to the upper level winds. Okay, it's almost like something's pushing. I mean, this is normal here, but why that? I just don't. I'm not quite understanding it. And if it is something to do with these fires, because that's really the only thing I can even think of, like Dutch was saying, you add more heat to this area, it could do that. But I would think that's a large area, though. But I guess we're talking about the whole coast is pretty much on fire right now. And I'm not laughing about that at all because it's horrible. People are dying. I've seen a report where there was a one-year-old boy died. That sucks, man. I mean, bad. That sucks. But you can see, like back here, look at this. It's wrapping around. Now we see cloud movement from, you know, west to east. But that's like in a front, like a trough coming through. This is the actual the pressure, the low pressure systems that travel along those troughs. The low pressure systems in the northern hemisphere should not turn clockwise. And again, I'm not saying that it can't happen because obviously we're seeing it. And that's something else I noticed too, like right in there. So, yeah. So let me, and I'm sure if I'm saying something wrong here, I'll get corrected, but yeah. So let me show you guys that the beam thing I was telling you about. Okay. Well, you know what? I'll show it to you real quick. That way we can. We'll talk about it. I just took a screenshot because it's only one screenshot, guys. It was only there for one shot. Look, right here. So, again, let's do this. Maybe I can see if I can't bring it in a little bit closer for you guys. All right, you see that? That looks almost exactly like what Dutch was showing on our coastline. Okay? And that's what got me kind of like, what is that? And why is it out over the Pacific? So I started looking at this a little bit deeper. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you guys back to this same view, but we're going to look at it in a different way. Okay? Let's go back here. No, Mr. Zay, I can't tell you how long that is. Yeah, I was going to show them null school, but thank you for putting that out there. Yeah. Thanks, Scott. Appreciate that. So right in here, you're seeing the winds, right? So here's that low pressure system. Well, see, can we zoom in? Yeah, okay. Here's that low pressure system, but check this out. Okay? But what was strange is it actually, you know, at the beginning it started down here. And it was moving, man. It's moving that way. So yeah. That's getting peeled off and moved around. So what caused me to think that, hey, this was, you know, circling back around, because it kind of is still. This is what, when we see stuff moving from left to right, we usually see this kind of thing over here. It's kind of the salt, because what'll happen, guys, is these troughs, the cold fronts is what most people call them. They'll be like draped through here, and these low pressure systems will travel along that trough line. Let's see what the wind speeds are. Well, we can look at some of these wind speeds, but I guess it doesn't really matter. But if you look up here, look how fast this one's moving up here. Those are pretty quick. But yeah, I haven't navigated. I know what I'm looking at when I'm looking at null school, but I don't really know how to change the settings and stuff. I'm sure I could zoom in some more here. But do you see how it's all centering around right here? And I think if we probably, you know, I bet if I could run this back through time, I wish I'd have set this up beforehand. I tried not to do that because of what happened to me yesterday. I bet if we run this back through time, it was kind of just sitting here because of these fires. I bet you. I don't know for sure, but let's go back over here. Okay. So let me let's go to the continental views here. We'll go up here and look at this. This thing takes forever to update. Yeah, we're not seeing much there. Of course, that was the upper level winds. Let's go to air mass. And this is the one where I showed you guys where that beam was. So let's I'll tell you what. Let me let's go back to the global sectors. Go over to this one. So that beam was kind of like right in here, guys. Let's do this. Run this back. It's not going to go back far enough, but it might. I don't know. Let's check the picture real quick. I can't remember exactly its location. So it comes off the chain of islands coming off of Alaska, kind of right in here. Okay, so I looked earlier and I didn't see anything there, but I did see where it was like producing some heat. Let's see here. That's on the 11th at 140. Let's see if I can't find it again. That's 11 at 6. See, it didn't go back far enough. Let me do this. I can get it back that far though. Let's go back to the global view here. And is that 200? Yep. Okay. Let's do this. We can save it as a get as that. Just give me a second here, guys. What did I say that was? The 11th at 1:40 a.m. Okay. 11th, 1:40 a.m. That should get it right there. Let's try that. It's downloading right now, guys. Oh, goodness. Hey, Sig, what's up? Just a second, guys. It's coming. I promise these live streams will get better. I'm not going to... See it? You guys see that pop on there? Watch. Right in there. So, yeah, guys, I don't know if that's some sort of just normal glitch or if that's another one of those beams. I don't know. I'll tell you what I can do, though. Let's minimize that. We'll go to... Let's see if we can't catch it on the continental view here. Hope it's out far enough. Yeah. All right. All right. Yeah, guys, I'm tired. Sorry. I just wanted to get this out. I am working on some edited videos too, guys. I'm not going to quit doing that. I'm doing all these live streams right now because I want to get used to it. And that's really the only reason why I'm doing them every day right now. I will drop off and do, probably what'll happen is I'll put edited videos up and then do 1 or 2 live streams a week. More if needed, obviously, but we'll check it out that way and see how that works. I do like live streaming a little bit better. It does save me so much time, guys. You guys just don't understand. Try to make an edited video. It takes time. Well, I'm sure Scott can attest to that. This live stream is so much just on point, and I can, talk to you guys directly, like right now. The past few, actually, I let them sit out there for like 3 or 4 hours being unlisted. I don't know how I did that. After I did the live stream, when they uploaded the actual live stream, a lot of people missed them. But yeah, let's see if it catches this or not. It doesn't look like it's going to. Doesn't look like it's going to. Nope, didn't catch it. It must be too far out. So yeah. But regardless, that was kind of crazy when I seen that. And again, did you put something up there about the Arctic, Scott? I didn't. Was that catch something there in the chat? What program do you use for creating? I've been wanting. Guys. There's so many free. If you guys believe it or not, guys, up until I started doing these live streams, every video you've seen from me was recorded on my phone. I ran my channel basically through my phone. I know it surprises a lot of people, but with smartphones nowadays, if you don't have a whole lot of money to just buy some equipment stuff right at the beginning, your phone can work. I use Phoenix Recorder, also download recorder. That's Simple Names. It's in the App Store. They're all free. Okay. Is there any natural explanation for the red beam or optical interference? That's my question. Okay, thanks for putting that link back up there, man. Let's take a look at it. That would be it could be an optical illusion. I'm not saying it's not. I just don't. I just don't know. Now, that's always a question when we see those things, guys. We always wonder, you know, because we've been lied to so much. And I know it's hard not to just accept some things as fact, because we do fight that as a community, guys. We're so programmed to not believe anything that we're told that even when we are told the truth, we don't see it sometimes. So that doesn't mean that, you know, all I'm saying there is that wherever the truth lies, that's what we're trying to find, wherever it comes from. Oh, I don't monetize, Rick. I never have monetized my channel. You know, I'm thinking about, you know, a lot of people push me to do it. Yeah, well, Scott probably get that joke. But, I mean, everybody I talk to, every channel creator tells me to monetize because it does put you in a higher search bracket, okay? It puts you in a better algorithm so more people see your video. But I also have recognized that I guess a lot of it, I don't want to get used to that. I see so many people going through so many headaches like Scott, anybody, just trying, because it is hard to, you know, stay monetized nowadays here on this platform. I thought about going ahead and monetizing and activating Super Chat, and then you can actually manually demonetize each video yourself if you want. You know, I've never had, you know, ads here. I just kind of pushed against it. Now, you know, I may do a Patreon or a Subscribe Star like Scott does. I do think that that's a plausible thing. And after doing this for so long, guys, you know, we kind of deserve some of that, you know. We put a lot of effort into this. You see what I'm doing, right? And again, why do I do it in the middle of the night? Well, because I refuse to take time away from my family. I have kids, you know. People that don't, it's fine, you know, honestly. It doesn't make their time any less valuable, though. That's what I will say. Earth. Let's see here. Yeah. That's air. Are we looking for air, Scott? What are we looking for? Just so I know what you want me to show them. We will go back up here to the Arctic. You probably want me to show them temperature, aren't you? Or just the jet stream itself. I would imagine that's probably what he's wanting me to show. Goodness, let's see here. Again, guys, there's a lot of settings on windy.com. There's a lot of settings on everything, which is good. Here's particulates. We can look at particulates if we want. But I think what we're wanting to look at is probably the air, because we were trying to look at the jet streams. Data source, okay, National Weather Service. That is the wind. Projection, I'm not sure what that is. Oh, okay. This changes the view a little bit. So, yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, what's the default? Where we get back to default here, is it A? Nope. I don't even know. Oh, goodness. Try and get the chat back up here. Yeah, I got the chat up here in a pop-out, but it keeps going away. Months last, I gave you the link. Just click it. Click on it again. Yeah, you know, man. You know what I'm doing. Okay. So, what are we looking at? I'm just kidding. Oh, goodness. But yeah. Scott, what do you want me to show them exactly? What settings should I go to? Just so you guys can, I want them to be able to see what you're trying to show them. Look at how much, oh, okay, it's the ice. I got you. That's what you said. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, how do we tell what is the ice and what's not? You know, I guess up here where it would be green, I guess that probably is ice melt, I would think. Is that what these colors are representing? I'm pretty sure that's what it is, but I could be wrong. Pull that stinking chat back out. I hate doing that. Yeah, I mean, look at this, guys. That most definitely, well, let's go over to the settings. So I probably want to go down, to the ocean? Is that what I need to do? Is that the view we should be looking at? So here, yeah, okay. The Earth's balls are blue. Rick. Got me laughing, man. Yeah, so I mean, yeah. Oh, you gave me the view. Okay, sorry. Let me, I'll click back on the link. Okay, yeah, okay, now I know what you're talking about. So the blue is the actual ice. So where the blue's not there is where it's melted, guys. I think that's what Scott's saying. And, yeah, look at that. Wow. I would think that should be way more, especially up in this area. Man, look at that massive system over there. Oh, check this out, guys. Right here. Now, see, this is what I'm talking about, guys. Look at this. Here's that low pressure system. Here's the other one, and it's spinning this way. This is showing the movement of it. And there's a couple other ones over here doing that too. So maybe it is something that's normal, but up here, it's a little bit odd to see that up here. Right around where we're having those fires. And you can see it's kind of taking a jog too, like it's been influenced. But as far as the ice melt up here, it most certainly, wow. Has anybody ever seen that show, Ice Road Truckers? What that is, guys, Ice Road Truckers, they wait for this stuff up here to freeze so they can use their trucks on the ice road to get materials and provisions and stuff up here to people that are living up here in the Arctic Circle. So, you know, if that doesn't freeze like it typically does, that would cause issues there. And like Scott's talking about there in the chat, yes. You know, guys, when this stuff melts, it's changing. One of the biggest issues is it's changing the salinity of it, which means the salt is basically getting diluted, probably, or added to, most likely diluted. So what that does is it changes the temperatures. What I'm saying there is, if you guys have ever made like homemade ice cream, you know that if you put salt in the ice, it gets colder, right? And that's kind of what we're talking about. You add more salt, and like Scott's saying there, we're going to go through some big changes. Okay, now you know it's going to change global weather patterns, guys. That's exactly what's happening now. We've had jet streams split already, and that's not normal. All right, guys. Like I said before, we got to look to nature. Nature completely blows science out of the water every time. I mean, every time. If we just look at nature, we're going to find the answers. And that's what Scott's talking about here with this ice and all that. And you know, and guys, I'm not sure if you guys know this either, but you know, the ocean has basically roads, is what I call them. They're streams, the Gulf Stream waters. Everybody knows that lyric in that song, right? Well, that's out here. And that Gulf Stream comes up, follow my arrow like this, and it goes over here, and it comes on down around like that. So if you're adding salt and colder water back into the system, it's going to change global patterns. Because as that water comes down, it's actually going to change the air temperature too. And at some point, there's a lot of people theorizing that either our Gulf Stream waters will eventually stop moving or actually start going the other direction. So you can imagine that kind of thing, what that would do to the global climate. It would change it big time. If any of these roads that we're showing you here in the oceans would change that drastically, the whole global climate would be just completely crushed. And like I said, I've actually shown the Gulf Stream before here on my channel because it is an important thing to look at. So weather, guys, is where we're going to notice it first, probably. When we start seeing really, really crazy stuff like we are now, but I'm talking like massively destructive stuff that even like the hurricane stuff that we've seen isn't nothing compared to what we're going to see. Okay? And that's just the facts. We just got to be aware, guys. And if we go down here to the Antarctic, you can see where that's a little bit, that actually looks like it's got a little bit more ice. And I think that's normal. Scott can correct me there if I'm wrong. Hopefully, yeah, I mean, it does look like it has a little bit more ice on it, like more area. Hey, Scott, drop that link in there to that article you sent me that you were included in on. I was telling them about it early on in my stream. The way they can go check that article out. Scott's got captures in it by Marshall Masters. He did an article. You guys should go check it out. So yeah, guys, look at that. I mean, this is crazy. So let's I'll tell you what I will do. I'm gonna keep this up because I want that to. Wish I could keep that on top. Man, I wish I could keep that on top. Let's go back here for a second. I do want to show you guys. Let's see here, visible red. These are different views we can look at, guys, on this. And again, I'm starting to understand this a little bit more. That one view I showed you guys was this is, I did want to show you guys this. This is some research I was doing on this kind of stuff. This is the microphysics view of what we're looking at. So what's that mean, right? I know that sounds like a big word and all that. Microphysics. The term microphysics refers to areas of physics that study, now pay attention to this, guys, phenomenon that take place on the microscopic scale, like stuff that's we can't see with our naked eye, right? Such as, now listen to all these, and these words are going to like ring true for people: atomic physics, cloud physics, mesoscopic physics, molecular physics. Look at this one, guys. What's that say? Nanotechnology, nuclear physics, particle physics, plasma physics, and quantum mechanics, string theory. All right, we talk about plasma all the time. This right here, that word there. I'm not going to say it too much because it'll get the algorithm will start going crazy on it. So yeah, guys, just the simple definition of microphysics is pointing to stuff that we talk about in our community all the time. So, yeah. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. I'm just kidding. Oh, goodness. Let's change that view. That's a little intense, man. Oh, wow. Trying to get back to the... Let's do this one. The air mass. Yeah, it doesn't go back to that beam. Guys, if you ever come over here, something I've already learned, if you right-click on the capture here and you push Save GIF, it'll actually let you go back further than what you can see here. Now, I don't know if they have archive data for this or not. Scott might know. I don't know. I couldn't find any archive data for this. And they may do that on purpose, just like they do on the other tools that we see and use. Let's go to the visible red, because I think that some of this stuff will be able to show you guys. I'm just going to like dive in there real close. How about that? So, yeah. Let me change the view here. I think when we're looking at the wildfires, a lot of times we use, what is it, this one? So there's some of the, you see the red right there, guys. That is where some of the wildfires are. You see how they're flickering and getting hotter and hotter? Now the sun comes up here, and that's what you're seeing there. And the sun goes back down. Now, let's look at the shortwave IR. Okay, this is infrared. The fires usually show up on the surface here as black on this view. Okay. Oh, you know what, guys? I wanted to show you something else too. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I almost forgot that. I do need to let me let's do this real quick. I can't believe I almost forgot that. Wow, Mark, you crazy fool. Come on, boot up. Let's go. Now, this was the microphysics view again. But do you guys see these up here? Okay. This is what's odd. I actually looked at this, and I actually did time lapse. I'll go to the next time. I was able to go back a little bit so I could see more. But what I'm seeing, look at this. It's almost like the spokes of a wheel. Look at that. What are we seeing there? So I went around the globe and I was looking at this same view to see what I was, see if it was reproducing anywhere, and it's not. That's the only place I could find it. And it's right in that same area, right off the coast, where that little that low pressure thing I was showing you guys. Again, it's a rare thing to have things go clockwise in the northern hemisphere as far as a complete weather system. I ain't saying it ain't ever happened, because it has, but it is rare. Now look at this. What in the world? And it's like it all points back to the center of that little low pressure area. So I went ahead and and look up here. Even up here where it's the cloud systems. Now remember, we're looking at, microphysics. We're looking at stuff that's microscopic that we probably couldn't see with our own eyes if it was right in front of us. So I've not ever seen this thing do anything like that, okay? Of course, I haven't really been on that tool very often, but I am getting to the point where I'm starting to understand it more. And I guess it doesn't come, it's not going to be that hard to understand what we're looking at. I just got to learn it, Is this the one I wanted to show you? Because it looked like at the end of one of these, it's either shadow or something punched through the clouds that's mimicking this signature right here. Okay, so let me show you that one. Is it this one? Yep. Now, let's do this. Scott, are you still there? If you're still there, can you look at that and give me your opinion on why we're seeing, like, it looks like this same signature? Watch at the end of this. Boom. It's mirroring that. It's like it punched through the clouds. Let's see if I can't. Oh, man. Resize it. No, I don't want to do that. I'll tell you what I could do. Let's do this. Let's bring it in this way. How about that? But then it ain't gonna let me play it. Whatever, man. Are you kidding me? So yeah, guys. You guys see what I'm talking about here? I could slow this stupid thing down. I should have downloaded it. Watch right in here. And then you start getting that spoke signature again. And it looked like there might have been another beam shooting across there, but this horizontal stuff, I think that's just something to pick up. If you guys can see it. I can see it on my screen, but I mean, look at this stuff. In here. It's like, it's either a shadow or something punched through that stuff. I don't know what that is, guys. I just noticed it. It might just be some stupid optical illusion that I'm not aware of. And also with this particle view here, I think these are some of those fires. See them all? Watch. All these right in here. Look at it. I mean, and I'm seeing a little like blinking right here in this area too, but I think that's just part of the nature of that tool. I could be wrong. Not sure, but yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too, Scott. I didn't know if it was something we could be, you know, it might just be a technical thing in there with that tool. Not really sure. What's this? What's that link there? Oh, that's that article. Yeah, guys, go check that out, guys. Check this picture out right here. Let's go zoom in. Zooming in too far, now it's got me all jacked up. There we go. You guys see that? Scott's shown this a bunch. This is one that he caught. And there's the other objects, man. I mean, look at that, guys. I just don't understand how people could not look at that and say, what in God's name is that? And that's where I'm leaving it from now on, usually. Just for the fact that... just for the fact that it speaks for itself. Maybe I'll close some stuff out here if it's starting to act up. I'm going to get off here anyway, guys. Just so everybody knows. Your electric, we'll get rid of that. Get rid of that. Maybe that'll help. I got rid of a bunch of stuff I was running in the background. Hopefully it'll help. Rick's got to pee. Uh-oh. Never mind, you say. You're grounded. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, I'm a cool dad, let me tell you. Who lets their 13-year-old daughter hop in the chat room, be a moderator, and be up at 4:30 in the morning? That's what I want to know. But yeah, look at that, guys. Isn't that crazy? That's right. We're going to play some Super Mario here in a little while. I ain't afraid to say it. I am not afraid to say it. I am a Super Mario freak. I love it. But, yeah. I do. Let's see if I can't find that. What view was that? Was that the... I want to say it was that. No. Was it that micro? Yeah, that's the one that it was. Let's go regional here and let's check this out again. Let's see if we can't pick that up again. Oops. What the heck happened there? Kidding me? Yeah, we'd have to go back further. But yeah, I mean, like I said, guys, that's why I recorded it. I just simply I don't know what's causing that, and like Scott said, it could be upper level wind shear that we're seeing there with the punch out in the clouds. Anyway, Those particles, though, I'm not sure what is. And again, I tell you what. I'm gonna back off to the global view. Let's go over here to the west view, and let's run this. And what I'm going to show you is that signature that we've seen up here. I don't see it anywhere else. I don't see anything like it. I wish it would let me get up there, and it doesn't. But you guys, I already showed you what it looked like, right? Look around this whole globe. You see nothing that looks like that. I mean, that looked like the spokes of a bicycle wheel. So let me, I'll pop back on there again, see what I can do here. See if we can see it. What the heck? That's the Alaskan view. I don't want to look at that. Maybe this one. So it would be right in here, okay? Well, up in there. Let's do this. I'm going to save a GIF. We will... Let's see what that gives us. Yeah, I know I'm kind of quiet here, guys. Sorry. I am getting kind of tired. So, yeah. Goodness. But did that right there, whoops. This right here, did that not just blow everybody's mind when you started reading that right there? I mean... You know, nano stuff. I mean, how often do we talk about that? Quite a bit. What happened to that? You kidding me? Let's see if it'll... Well, let's try it again, I guess. But yeah, after I show you guys this, I'll probably go ahead and get off here, guys. I am definitely getting tired. Oh, goodness. Lord help me. Man, that thing is loading slow. Wow. Man, the internet must be like really, really lagging right now. Let's go ahead and click that off of there too. I'm trying to speed it up, guys. Sorry. Has anybody got any questions while we're waiting? Again, guys, I promise you these streams will get more smooth. I will most certainly have stuff set up most of the time. I just didn't do it this time because I knew that the internet was having issues. And if I set stuff up like I did the other day, we most certainly, you know, had to restart my stream 3 times. So, yeah. Is this it? Yep, there it is. Okay, right there. See this? So you guys see what I'm talking about, right? I mean, those like straight lines right there. And it's all going around that system. You could even see them turn back this way. So I'm just not sure what that is. And I wouldn't be even wigging out on it at all if I didn't know that there were fires here, and I went around looking around the globe looking for this same type of signature, and I couldn't find anything. And I ain't saying that I didn't miss something, because I most certainly could have. But to see this in such a way like that is strange to me. And also, guys, remember, I just showed you guys that beam, and it was right here. And, you know, you get this little area down here. It makes you wonder, are they trying to steer weather systems, or what's going on there? Who knows? But you can see these up here too, like straight lines. Now I know they look like chum trails is what I call them. That would be a very, very wide, thick chum trail if that was an actual chum trail. Okay? That's a great distance. That would be huge for a plane to leave that behind it. That's just that's my opinion. I mean, if you compare that to the size of anything over here on our continent, you can tell that that's most likely is not no way near a chum trail, I wouldn't think. Unless it was put down and then it spread out, you know. Okay, guys. I think I am going to end the stream here. Thanks for checking it out here, guys. I am trying to learn this tool a little bit better. I am getting a little bit more comfortable with the live streaming stuff. Hopefully I'll be able to, instead of just having Scott sit there and help me out through the chat, I'll get him on stream with me. How about that? That's going to take some technical schooling on my part. I'm barely able to operate OBS good enough to even do this stream. So, guys, I will say this too, and I've said this before, you know, it has to be entertaining at some level, or most people won't stay and watch. They might stop by for a second and then never come back to your channel again. You know what I mean? So anybody out there making videos and stuff like that, this is what I would suggest, and I'm dead serious about this. It does not take $5,000 to put up a halfway decent picture, okay? And what I mean by that is, and I get it. I know a lot of people like this. If you got a screen recorder, why do you need to take your phone or a webcam and record your computer screen? I don't understand that. That's all I'm saying. And maybe that's just the way that they feel more comfortable doing it. And I'm not taking shots at people that do that at all. Okay, people do need to do what they're comfortable with, but I would suggest people to get a screen recorder, do this, do that. So, yeah, try to make it look a little bit, well, like I said before, when I golfed as a kid, my coach, this is exactly what the coach would tell me. If you dress like a golfer, you're going to play like a golfer. If you go out there in a flannel shirt, Daisy Dukes, and flip-flops, what kind of score are you going to shoot? And is anybody else going to want to come watch you? No. You know what I mean, guys? So if it's not entertaining to at least good information, like we try to put out here on Scott's channel and stuff, that's entertaining in itself, as long as it's put out there like we do it like this. We don't have to come on here and start doing, games and all that kind of thing. That's not what I'm saying. Entertainment can be just the ability to gain more knowledge. That's entertaining for a lot of people, at least it is for me. But it needs to be put out there in a way that's going to draw people back. And, if you're trying to convince somebody of something that most of the world don't want to hear or don't want to know about, you can't put it out there looking like a 5-year-old drew it on a piece of construction paper. That's kind of what I'm saying. Not to say that my technical abilities or what I've used in the past is anything great, but it most certainly is not, that. And I only say that because the people that are doing that, I want to help them. I really do. Put out, just get a screen recorder, and they're free. They are free. So yeah, that's just what I would say, guys. 'Cause I get asked that a lot, And when I tell people I did my channel up until 2 weeks ago, almost exclusively on my phone. So I encourage people to step out there. You can do it on your phone. If you want to vlog and show people some a few pictures and some video, you can do that really, really simple. And it doesn't have to, look all grainy and stuff. You know what I mean? It's just simple as showing somebody a video and just pointing to stuff. So that's what I would say, guys. I just look at myself, and when I'm on YouTube and I'm looking at other people's things, I don't go back to those channels that didn't grab me. And if I think it doesn't look professional at all, I probably won't go back. I hate it. I know it sounds bad, but I mean, ain't that the way most of us are? Just saying, guys. And that's why I do this, and that's why I encourage people just starting out. I will give them all the help I possibly can. I really would. I would take the time to sit down and talk to them through Messenger or whatever I needed to do to try to help them, give them some ideas on some free software that you can get that it elevates your content so far, and it doesn't cost any money. So, that's what I would say. What are you saying there? Ask Dad for what? Uh-oh. Is it lagging the computer? Okay, hold on. Well, Scott, we're having internet issues all over the country. Every streamer tonight that I went and looked at, they cut out 3 to 4 times across the country. Let's do this then. Free? How? Where? Yeshua's disciple? Yeah. I mean, you can get any kind of download recorder. Go on the Play Store if you got an Android, or go to the Apple Store, and they're all over the place. I mean, they're free. You can use whatever one you're comfortable with. I use Phoenix Recorder on my phone. There's one called Download Recorder. There's tons of them, and they're free. Is it still buffering real bad, guys? Oh, that's why. Idiot. What the heck is all that open for? Wow. Sorry, guys. That might have been my fault. Wow, Mark, you crazy man. Crazy. That was ridiculous. Sorry about that, guys. Wow. Well, our Wi-Fi isn't that bad, though, either, honey. So, just so you know. We actually have pretty fast stuff here for for just what we need. But, again, guys, we are having internet issues across the country, just in case anybody didn't know that. Is it any better now? I'm just curious. Yep. All right, guys. Well, you know what? If we're having these kinds of issues, I guess I'm just going to have to... What's that say? Oh, okay. Hey, Anna. JVF. Della. Good to see you. Kevin. Johanna. I deleted... I shut all that down. Is it still streaming? Glitching? Yeah, Yeshua's disciple. I mean, it's really easy to find download recorders, screen recorders. They're easy. Let me say this. It is. Don't make it too complicated for yourself, because it's easy. Don't think that you can't do it, because you can. Okay? And I know that people like myself and Scott helped me at the beginning, guys. I mean, I didn't know anything about any kind of video recording or anything like that. And, I actually figured out OBS a little bit on my own, but that was just what it was. I just know the very basics, but he knows so much more about that. We're actually going to get together and try to figure out what I can do to get people in. What I want to do, guys, is on my live stream sometimes, is I want to be able to bring some people on, and you guys can come in here and ask questions or whatever you need to do. I'm not sure if I want to do a call-in thing yet. Me and Scott actually kicked that around for a minute. That might happen in the future. Who knows? But I think that trying to come in direct contact, immediate in real time like we're doing right now, I think is more beneficial to everybody. It lets you guys know that I care enough to step out here and take my time to talk to you guys directly. I really, truly try to read everything and go through everything, guys. It's gotten, I don't know, it's gotten so busy on my channel that it's hard to see everything. That's what I would say to that. But yeah. But I tell you what, before I let you guys go out of here, I do want to take you guys over here and show you. Let's do this real quick. Subscription. Oh goodness. This is Mark Pyers, guys. I showed you guys him yesterday, and Scott loves him too. Scott pointed it out to me. Guys, he is, he will crack you up. He gave me permission to show you guys a few clips if I wanted to. Let's see here. Let's go to his videos. Let's see if we can't check out one of his clips. Well, he streamed live tonight. Right? And he goes on there. He does shows. He just. Let me just show you. How about that? Let's go to one of his something that's not a live stream.
It's Hammerlin Jameson live from the studio with the very first presidential debates between Donald Trump and Joe Biden.
The debates. Like, we've been waiting so long for these debates to start, right? Well, guess what? I have the very first debate ever between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Here we go. Let's get into it. Donald, are you there? Donald, are you there? Donald.
Hi, Mark.
Hey,
How
Donald.
are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Look, I just got some information that you're going to stop the Trump.
Hey, just before we get into this, guys, he does all the voices. Just so you, it's awesome. Go read his about page. I read you guys his about page yesterday.
Show?
Yeah.
What are you thinking? The only reason people watch your program is because of the Donald. Look,
Oh, come on.
There's only one Trumper, and I'm here. I'm going to stay 4 more years. Look, we're going to beat the sleep sofa, but I just don't know why you're stopping.
It's not working.
It's like 2020 is the year where vulgarity no longer was the line. It is really about whether it's Trump material. Well, it's actually just Joe Biden. My Aunt Judy told me that I should go by Joe. So they call me Simple Joe.
Well-
Sometimes we call me Poop in the Pants Joe.
Sometimes.
I understand you got Donald Trump on tonight.
That's right.
We're going to have
We
a
do.
little debate.
Yep.
I'm ready.
All right, Donald.
Looking, I don't even know why you're looking there. We're over here in front of you. You think, flap your eyes. Could you do like a bird or something?
Donald, that's not
Open
helping.
your eyes. We're right here. Sleeps over Joe.
All right, guys, I'm not going to play any more of that, but listen, if that doesn't make you laugh, oh my goodness. Yeah. I just, yeah. So, go check him out, guys, please. Before we started, kind of trying to point people over there to his channel, he had let's see how many subscribers he's got now. Yeah, he's got 1,200, and it looks like 1,230 some subscribers now. He was a little bit under 900 a couple days ago. So thank you guys, all you guys that popped over from Scott's channel and my channel. Go give him some more love, man. Let's just get this guy going, because I'm telling you, it is funny. And guys, if you guys go check out, he's live streamed every day for 621 days now. Ain't that crazy? That's how dedicated he is, and he's all about positivity. That's his whole thing, okay? And he does the celebrity impression stuff that he's doing. He invented what's called the beat seat, and it's a drum for guitarists that he sits on. And he's able to make really good music. Guys, he was, what did he say? That was VH1 Song of the Year finalist. Okay, I think he had a really good shot of getting like a record deal. I don't know the whole story behind there, but I did want to show you guys him again because he takes requests and he'll do it on the fly. Shout you out! You got your nut. You ain't even put no content out. What are you talking about, girl? Yeah, go check out Golden Gook if she ever puts up any content. Oh my gosh! But anyway, she does put out some content. You guys go check her out if you want. Give her a subscription. I'm sure she would love to have you guys over there. She would probably do more content if she had more subscribers, and it does get a little bit frustrating. Trying to get a channel going, and I get it. So if you guys would go check her out, guys, please. That is her channel name, Golden Gook, right there. Avery, you can put links in there if you need to, honey. You're a mod, so you have that ability. But yeah, guys, she does content on, she loves BTS, and it's, we got her concert tickets for BTS up in Chicago, and then all this stupid COVID stuff hit, and everything got postponed. You posted last Saturday? Yeah, I know. Yeah, Scott, I mean, dude, I'm telling you, man. I'm glad you pointed me over there and pointed your subs over there and subsequently mine now. It is, my gosh. And I know he's thankful. He's already said it. But I really think that, listen, me and Scott might be able to get you guys over there, but I promise you, he will keep you there. I promise. I mean, I've never been so sure about referring somebody to a channel than right now. I'm dead serious about that, guys. If you need a break from all the stupid negativity and stuff that we go through, that's a great avenue to follow. So, yeah. Let's say that will move extra tabs off screen. Yeah, I know. I'm just trying. River Girl, thank you for the advice there. I do appreciate it. It's just, I got to get used to it, and you're right. There is a lot of stuff out there to try to make your streams smoother and all that kind of stuff. So, peace treaty to be, yeah. That's, there's a lot of stuff going on, guys. I've been saying this for a while, too. When stuff starts happening from space weather to real weather to schools to FFs, which are false, bad things that happen, to elections, to them signing peace deals, to them rolling out the military to give us the big V to make us all feel better, right? 3 days before the election, we better start paying attention. Because not only is the geopolitical world causing us to look, but so is everything else from space, And at some point you wonder, which one is the distraction? Which one? Or is it both? And we can't even see what's actually coming. You ever wondered that? What's the real, bad thing that could be going on? Is it coming from space? Or is it coming from what we could do to ourselves? Who knows? So yeah, guys, if you would, go check him out. But go over and check out my daughter's channel too. Give her a sub, please. I'd love to see you guys love bomb her here real quick and give her some subscriptions. I know she would do more videos if she had more more subs. So, and she does work hard on those when she does do them. I'm proud of her. That's for sure. That girl is my heart, just so you guys know. But anyway, I am going to go ahead and I've already said it 100 times, but I like talking to you guys. Sorry. I'm going to go ahead and get off here, guys. God bless. I will come back with an update probably later on tonight. I may try to come on. Let's see here. I'm trying to think of what time. I'm trying to think of what time I could come on. Not really sure, guys. It may be. I don't really particularly like streaming in the middle of the night because I want people to be comfortable when they're here watching and stuff. I will do them periodically in the middle of the night anyway, because I want my overseas viewers to actually get a chance to be here too. I'm going to try to keep that that in mind. But look for more edited videos coming too. I'm going to live stream until I get completely used to it and comfortable. Okay, that's my thing right now. So thank you, Johanna. Appreciate that.